Welcome back to TPS. I'm Stephen J, and today we're going to have a go to blow your socks off, looking at how to store all your external content into Evernote. I believe that Evernote really starts to get amazing when we talk about external content, not the stuff you're entering yourself, but the stuff you're finding on the web, or it's being emailed to you, or it's in PDF or other electronic format. For example, let's take a PDF. We'll start with that. I have a PDF here that I want to put into my research folder. Simply drag and drop it. That's a standard Mac command. Okay, fine, perfect. It's now found and stored in my Evernote. But the real power of Evernote comes in the fact that this is searchable. So there is a word inside of this file, rebellious, and I've searched on it and it's already picked it up. So can you believe the speed with which all the characters in that PDF have been read into Evernote for searching? Amazing. Next, let's look at the behavior of Evernote in a browser. I'm going to go to Chrome, and in this browser I've already enabled the extension for Evernote. If you've never enabled extensions before, go to your preferences within your browser, not just Chrome, and look on extensions. And you can usually search for new extensions by a feature like Get More Extensions, as long as you know that it's the Evernote web clipper that you're looking for. Mine is, as I say, already enabled. We'll take a quick look at the options for a moment, and you can see that there are several features that we're going to take a slightly closer look at, most particularly the ability to show related results and to save PDFs that are displayed in your browser direct into Evernote as well. Let's say that I'm on a website and I want to save it for reading later for whatever reason. I can, from my browser, click on the Evernote web clipper, and there are a number of ways that I can save it. If I save the complete article, clicking on Save will actually clip the entire page and take it into my Evernote. So let's actually let that complete and go into the my Evernote, and I'm going to synchronize just to make sure it comes through, and you'll see that here is that entire page. If I wanted to go into my notebooks and do a search on Amy Porterfield, or just Porterfield, you'll see that all of the content of that page has been stored so that I can search on it. If what you want to do is simply read the article and get rid of all of these kind of marketing elements on the page, click on Simplified Article, and you'll see how those other HTML elements disappear, and the save then becomes a pure text save. It'll be faster, and it also is that much easier to read once it's inside your Evernote page. So you'll see that there's the simplified variant of it. Remember that for me, for example, this is extremely powerful because I frequently have a load of work that I want to get done on a plane, and I won't necessarily have access to the internet. I go to a number of web pages in advance, I store the simplified articles, and I read them at my leisure on the plane. The web clipper also allows you to make selections, and you don't have to store the entirety of the page. I find the screenshot quite a useful one. So it gives you a drag and drop set of grid lines. So if we just want to screenshot this piece at random, what it does, as you probably heard, is it clicks, but it also opens up this annotation. If you ever used Sketch, this is the Sketch toolset in use. But for example, I can take a highlighter arrow to pick up the highlighter. I can add text to this area. I can provide a highlighter block, and I can change fonts, I can change all kinds of things in order to do the annotations and then save. All still saving into Evernote fully searchable. If what you want to do is view a PDF and store that, simply on a PDF page, directly save it. And again, what is actually happening is complete OCR, complete searchability. So if I go back into my Evernote, synchronize to make sure I get everything, let's again choose Porterfield. There you can see the entirety of the PDF has come through. It may seem easy to overlook, but actually you can even make these kind of clippings when you're in any application outside of a browser. So for example, I'm in a word processor at the moment, and by clicking on the Evernote icon at the top, I can do a selection from the screen. Maybe this is a manual of some kind and I want to highlight my information. Just highlight the area that I want and save it to Evernote. And that goes directly into Evernote as well. Inside of an Evernote note, you've also got the annotation bar, and you can annotate as a PDF, or I'm just going to go straight into my screenshot. And as you can see, all the same sketch type elements like the highlighter of various kinds and like entering text are also available here. If you want to store emails, whether received or sent, into Evernote, that's also straightforward. To do it, you have to actually pick up an email address if you've never done this before. Go into your account info and the More Accounts settings. And from here, you will find an email address. That is your email address for Evernote. And if you store that in your email system, when you receive or send an email, let's say that this is something of interest potentially, then what you can do is you can forward this and store your address under Evernote, and this then all you need to do is email it in effect to yourself. That is emailing it directly into your Evernote account. So again, if we synchronize, there is the email that we were just looking at. So perhaps saving best to last, if we're back on our iPhone, we can actually take a photo of any content that we want. So in this case, I'm just going to take a photo of this magazine. And what you'll see is it even corrected for the angle that we were at, and I can then save this into Evernote. Back in Evernote, I'm synchronizing in order to pick up the magazine cover that we were actually looking for. And if I go for the word apple, for example, you'll notice that one of the options is this stunning toffee apple cake. That same feature has extremely powerful benefits with business cards, receipts, and any kind of external document.